In this video, we'll create a plugin that will show and hide the meta information of a single product page. So here, this is a single product page and the meta information is SKU, the category and the tag. So you know the category and the tag, you can add it on the sidebar of this product page, edit page. So this is the category and this is the place where you add your tag. And one of my client asked for a particular product, let's say this black t-shirt, he want to hide the SKU unit, the category and the tags. So in that case, I have created a meta field. You have to get into the advanced tab and click on hide SKU. So it will not just hide SKU, it will hide the category, it will hide the tags. So let's wait till the page gets saved. Now if I refresh the page, you will find the data related to the meta. Here the meta is SKU unit, the category and the tags. These three are gone. So let me show you how are we going to create this. So first of all, let me deactivate this plugin. So to make our plugin show on this particular page, we need to create a folder on the plugins folder. I have set up my WordPress locally. You can see XAMPP, htdocs. This is the folder name of WordPress and WP content and plugin. Inside plugin, let me create instead of meta, I will just say SKU. SKU is the folder name, and I need to create a PHP file inside the SKU. So SKU and the plugin of PHP file name should be similar to what you have added on the folder. So I need all files and click on save. We need to pass some meta information like the plugin name, the plugin description, the version and the author. So to add that, we need to pass the PHP comment. So we have the name, which is SKU, then the description, then the author name, and then the version name and the author name. If I save it, you'll find your SKU plugin on this particular page. So if I activate it, as of now it does not have any code, but we'll write the code. Since we make this active, whatever code we write will get reflected directly even without activating it again. Now what I need to get into the tab, choose this tab. So when editing this tab, WordPress gives you a hook. So when that hook is called, along with the function is also called. In the function we'll have the HTML related to the checkbox. So this checkbox HTML is not going to be straightforward like input type checkbox. It's going to be the WordPress function that will output the checkbox. Let's do that. And this is the hook, WooCommerce product option advanced. Advanced is for this one. So it has a function. When this function is called, I want WordPress to output the HTML. So outputting the checkbox with this help of WooCommerce WP checkbox. So this is the ID. The ID and the name attribute for the checkbox is going to be same. So if I say ID, it indirectly means name is also this one. So why I'm emphasizing name, because you know in PHP when we save an input field, a name attribute is required. So when something is saved, we'll pick the name attribute of the input field and you will use the name attribute value to store it into the database. That's why we need this. So this is a label, hide, we can say hide metadata, and this is the description. Now since our plugin is active, we can see our HTML gets rendered on this advanced page. So you can see hide meta. So the value we need to check. We are not going to set any value as of now. What we do is, when I click on save product or update product, I want the meta field data to get saved also. So for that, so the first part is just rendering. The second part is, so the second step is making your input save. So for that, WordPress gives you a hook, and this hook will run when you save the product. So that's why it's called process product object. So whatever input you are providing, it will be saved as an object. So process product object, and this is a function. And when this function is called, I want the name attribute. So we can access the name attribute while clicking on the submit button using the PHP super global variable. All the input field value will get stored as an object and as an array. So we can access it with the help of this post super global variable, and we are checking whether there is a value or not. If there is a value, then say make the value as yes. If there is no value, then make the value as no, and store it into a variable, PHP variable. If it is checked, then this variable will have yes. If it is not checked, if this variable will have no. And based on that, we are going to save the value whether yes or no on the database. So when saving database, it is going to be there on the WordPress post WP post table. So WP post table will store this product information as product for post type product. Since this is not the regular input field, the additional information will be stored in the WP post meta. So considering this post ID 62, this is a post ID, and with reference to this 62 or the meta key, which is hide SKU underscore hide underscore SKU is created, and based on that the value yes or no will get saved. So why the underscore here? It's for making our variable private, so that it doesn't get access from the front end. Now that's enough. That will make our checkbox saved. So as of now, you'll see the checkbox is saved. So if I uncheck it and click on save, the value no will get saved. And in the front end, over here you'll find it's unchecked. So that means our yes or no value gets saved properly. Now the third thing is, there are two ways of modifying this template, which is meta.php. These values are actually coming from meta.php. Either we can modify it with the help of hook, or either we can modify it with the help of template structure. So I want to get into the template structure because we need to learn how the template structure in WordPress works. That's the first and foremost goal. And here, when modifying template, there are three different ways. The first one is directly get into the WooCommerce folder and find meta.php where it is and modify there. So that's not recommended. And the second option is grab the meta.php from the WooCommerce plugin and keep it into our plugin, which is SKU, and modify it. So that's the second option. So WordPress itself suggests the second option, so let's do that. So we need to say to the WordPress that whenever someone is looking for meta.php, in that case, when the WordPress environment or the WooCommerce environment looks for meta.php, I want to tell to the WordPress by activating this plugin saying that don't look for the meta.php in the WooCommerce folder. Look for meta.php into my WordPress folder. So that's how I'm going to say with the help of hook. So here, this is a hook, WooCommerce locate template. So when this hook is called, my function will get called. So I'm saying when someone like WooCommerce or WordPress looks for this template, single product FN meta.php, I'll show you where it is. So here in the WP content, in the plugin, in the WooCommerce, in the templates, in the single product, you'll find meta.php. Just copy this and come to our plugin SKU and create a new folder called templates. So this is what WordPress wants you to name. Then we need to type WooCommerce, and inside WooCommerce we need to create one more folder which is single hyphen product. Then inside single product, just paste our meta.php and just open this. Now by activating this plugin, we say that look for the meta.php into my current folder. So we have already seen this line of code multiple times. I'll just go through it one more time. As I said, when you look for this meta.php in the WooCommerce folder, get into my plugin and get into this location and load that file. And if you find that file, if the file exists, then show the meta.php which is in my folder. So just to check, I just want to add hello. So let's try. If our plugin, if everything goes right, you should see hello over here. So that means instead of WooCommerce meta.php, my meta.php is getting loaded. So that's working. Now I just want you to show one more thing which is out of this topic. Just look for the plugin. Just look for the hook. WooCommerce product meta start. WooCommerce product meta end. So I've already shown you the visual hook. So this is where your meta information is displayed, and here the hook that you see, WooCommerce product meta start. So which is coming from here, WooCommerce product meta start, and what you see here is WooCommerce product meta end, and what you see is WooCommerce product meta end. Whenever you hook some of the function to this hook, what that function, where the function will get executed, the function will execute over this line. So that is why it's called do action. So I hope I have made it clear. Now what we do is, now we need to check the value which we have stored in this format over here. We need to check whether the value is there or not. If there is a value, then we need to check if it is yes or no. If it is yes, then show the value. If it is no, then hide the value. And we'll use a if else condition. First we will check whether the hide SKU is there or not. If the hide SKU is there and the value is yes, then show this block of code. What you see here, show this block of code. If the value is no, we don't have to check about no. We'll just check whether if the value is yes, and you'll see if the value is yes, then show this block of code. This block of code does nothing. It does show you the category. This was this category. You can see product category list, product tag list, and then we have the SKU number. That's it. If there is yes, then show. If there is no, then hide it. If everything goes well, if it is it's not yes now let me make this hide metadata and click on update, and let me, once the page gets saved, we need to update the front end, and since it's yes, you should see the hide is gone. I hope I have made it clear. Thank you so much for listening. Meet you tomorrow with another hook.